guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a very interesting video to share with you. As I mentioned some time ago, I was going to be looking to refocus my content and the direction of my channel back when I posted that videos about millennials being like addicted to shopping. If you haven't checked that video out, definitely check it out. I'll link it up. I'll link it so you guys can check that video out. But I was at that point decided I was going to be more mindful as a consumer, as a content creator as well. And so I have been working on a different type of content, and it's been a bit of a struggle kind of figuring that out. But today I have a video to share with you guys, and it's about why we consume certain content. And what about certain content becomes so addicting for us that we can literally scroll mindlessly watching it over and over again. So I have the whole psychology behind that, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So let's get into the video. So first of all, whenever I'm talking about like human behavior or psychology, as a disclaimer, I am a mental health professional. I have a degree in clinical social work, a master's in clinical social work. I am a trained psychotherapist, and I've studied human behavior. So whenever I comment on like psychology or that, it's not coming from my opinion. This is, well, it is partially my opinion, but it's also based on my expertise, right? So today I want to talk about, why do we find certain videos so addicting? Like, have you ever seen those morning routine ASMR videos where, you know, there's someone maybe starting their day, waking up, brushing their teeth, washing their face, doing their skincare, but they're not explaining anything. They're not talking to you, not really engaging with the camera at all. There isn't any music playing. It's just kind of like the sounds of maybe the shower running, or, you know, the coffee brewing, and then you visually see the person going about their morning routine. I actually follow someone who makes content like this. Her name is Ileana Michelle. I will link her channel below, but I'm gonna feature one of her videos as an example of what I'm talking about. And so I myself watch these videos, and I found them to be soothing and quite addictive to watch, because like when you watch them, then you want to see morning routine, night routine. It's endless. Going to work routine, breakfast routine, get gym routine, like every routine you can think of. But all it is just watching someone silently go about their day. And again, the only noises you're hearing are those cues of, like I said, the water running, or the brushing of the teeth, or, you know, opening a package, that kind of thing. So I started to reflect on like, why is this content so popular, A, and why is it so addicting? Like, what about this content is like drawing me in? And it took me some time to like realize what the content was doing, but I figured, now that I figured it out, I figured I could share it with you guys, because now that I know the intent behind the content or what the content fulfills for me, I find myself not needing to consume that content as much. So I might still watch a video or two, but I won't continuously scroll and be kind of fixated on these types of videos. So basically, when you're seeing these videos, these ASMR videos, these get ready routines, morning routines, whatever, pack my lunch with me, there's videos like this for literally everything we do in our day-to-day lives. But why do these videos make it so interesting or intriguing to watch, right? So basically, when you're watching these type of videos, you're actually indirectly participating in a practice which is called mindfulness. So mindfulness is a practice which promotes like healthy mindset, healthy well-being. But what mindfulness does is grounds you in the moment. So when you're practicing mindfulness, it helps you to be present in exactly whatever task you're doing at that time. So let's say it's your morning routine, and let's say it's the part of your morning routine where you're making your morning cup of coffee. The idea of mindfulness is for you to use all of your senses to really ground yourself and be focused and present in the moment. So as you're making your coffee, you're supposed to be using your senses to truly kind of indulge yourself in this moment. So if you're making coffee, you would think you would hear maybe the coffee beans as you pour them, or you smell them as they start to brew, as the coffee starts to brew. The warmth from the temperature of the coffee, the pouring it into your cup, or adding whatever other ingredients, focusing on every little step and detail as you go through the motions. That is practicing mindfulness. And what that does for you, and why it promotes such a good state of well-being, is because it really grounds you. It helps to kind of get rid of background noise that we always are struggling with, like, oh, I got to do this and then I got to do this. It makes you stay present in what you're doing, because right now, if you have this allotted time to make your coffee, then that's all you need to focus your mind and your attention. And that's the practice of mindfulness. So instead of like, let's say multitasking, like, which I think we all have kind of learned to live life multitasking, like we're maybe driving while having to take a phone call, or eating lunch and working, or scrolling or something, and not just sitting and enjoying our lunch, looking at our food, spending the time in silence. Because that's another thing where you could be having your morning routine just like the video, but maybe you're playing music, or maybe you're playing like a podcast or something, and that is actually pulling your attention away from what task you're completing at the time. Not to say you can't like spend your time listening to podcasts, or like I love audiobooks, for example, but I think it needs to be a designated time for that. The reason why these videos are so intriguing is because those videos are kind of forcing you without even knowing. And I don't believe the content creators behind this are doing this as mindfulness activities, by the way. I just think that it's become a genre of content creation that's very popular, and people are just good at it with the aesthetics and all, and that's why they make the videos. I don't believe they're doing it for you to practice mindfulness. So I just want to make that clear. I'm not saying they're promoting mindfulness. I'm just explaining the psychology of why these videos are so addictive to watch. And they sometimes feel soothing and comforting, like the simplicity of watching someone else's morning routine. Why is that so kind of comforting and soothing to you? It's because you're indirectly engaged in a mindfulness activity. So how can you recreate this for yourself in your everyday life? And you don't have to, like I said, scroll. You can still watch it for the aesthetics purpose. I think this knowledge will help you apply a mindfulness routine in your own life, and you won't feel that need to kind of watch these videos so much. So, right, the psychology behind it is mindfulness. So I encourage you to, if you're a person who finds these videos interesting, or if you find these videos helpful, relaxing, and you do find yourself scrolling and kind of watching them a lot, I would encourage you to practice mindfulness in your own life, in your own day-to-day life. And like I said, all mindfulness is the practice of mindfulness. All it does is teaches you to stay in the moment. And when we learn to stay in the moment, then we're not also like worrying about future things or past things, because we're centered on what we're doing right now. This is what matters. This is what's necessary. Getting, let's say, my morning routine to get ready for work. I'm not going to focus on all the stressors that may be waiting for work when I get there. That's taking away from this piece I have now, which is simply my only task right now is the getting ready for work. So that is the psychology behind mindfulness, and I believe that's a lot of the reason why these videos are super popular and people don't even realize this is something they can implement and enjoy in their day-to-day life. I have this book. I will see if I can find it and I'll link it. It's called The Little Book of Mindfulness. It's literally like a tiny book, but it walks you through mindfulness, and basically it says 10 minutes a day to less stress, more peace. Because again, the purpose of mindfulness is to slow you down, to ground you. It reduces definitely stress, kind of overthinking, all of that, because you're focusing on your present moment and not thinking ahead to, like I said, whatever troubles may await you later on in the day. The whole thing about mindfulness is focus on what you're doing at the present. I hope you found this video helpful, guys. I definitely would love some feedback. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and comment below if you found this information helpful or useful, so I'll know this is something I can make more videos about, especially like the psychology behind like why do we do things, or why do certain things attract us. So yeah, I thought this was interesting to share, because I just started to think, why am I so intrigued by these videos? And then I started practicing mindfulness myself much more since then. And it's just definitely a nice, it's definitely a nice practice to do, to, like I said, promote and maintain healthy well-being. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're unsubscribed, definitely subscribe and join my online community. Also, don't forget to hit that bell so you can turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload from me. As always, if you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, guys.